Greetings, everyone. In this video, we are responding to your questions. Please send your questions through so that we can assist each other to respond. We've already indicated that those who are struggling to complete the survey form that was circulating the ZEP survey form, where it does not allow you to move to the next page when you try to put your cell phone number. Please just skip that and go to the next. It will allow you to go to the next page. Please keep your questions coming so that we can assist each other with questions. We are receiving complaints since morning where people are saying countrywide slots are not available. We are trying to get to VFS management to ensure that the slots are available so that the people are able to apply for waivers, submit their waivers. And someone had sent me an audio by the Minister of Home Affairs when he was being interviewed last week, the 702 studio, where he is signing thousands of waivers daily. He says it is him who is signing waivers. When he was asked about the permits themselves or visas, he had said he is going to talk about that when the time comes, of which had indicated that it is the teaching and the task team headed by the former director in the presidency, Dr. Lubisi, who are dealing with that. He says he is simple to sign off waivers. He is not aware of challenges, or the challenges that are at VFS were not brought to his attention. But I must point out that we have, as the African Diaspora Forum, also written to the Director General raising some other issues which we will not disclose now because the Director General has not yet responded. We hope that is going to respond soon and respond positively to the issues that we raised with him and his office. Comrade Ernest Manuwa says, Mr. Mabena, you are doing a great job. Yes, the survey form doesn't have certain inquiry info, very important, like whether one is in the process of applying. It asks for how long one has been waiting for replying. I'm sure it's info that you need to know as well. But thanks for your assistance. Stay blessed. No, we really appreciate Comrade Ernest. We are taking this into consideration. We hope that quite a number of people from different sectors, that is economic sectors, will complete the survey, because we want to understand those of low skill, what are the challenges. We want to understand professional business people and everyone, so that at least we have this clear view of what is happening. Then, like I've said, that a number of people that are writing to us, they are asking about the slots. As I'm saying that we are hoping that the management at VFS will attend to this issue urgently, so that people are able to apply. Then Comrade Shepard Sbanda says, Mr. Mabena, I'm having a problem with the filling of my email. Every time I fill in my email upon submission, the response I get says invalid email. I've created new emails, but the response is the same. I'm now unable to apply for a waiver. Can you help me? What could be the problem? I am not very sure on what could be the problem, but like I said, that Comrade Shepard Sbanda, if you join our Telegram group, we have competent comrades in that Telegram group. Some are members of our committee, the executive committee. Some are comrades that are helping out, please join our Telegram group. I've said you drop a WhatsApp message to me on 083 340 1000. Then I will send you the link to join a Telegram. I hope that this question, they are going to respond and assist you. I know that some of you do not want to join Telegram, but you are going to be assisted. Comrade Dafatso Marabanyika says, Comrade Mabena, I've been waiting for a critical skills permit since May 2022. I called the DHA today. They said it's still under processing. The deadline is getting closer. What we were told, I think 2 weeks back, is that from the time we spoke to them, they said within 30 days, people will be starting to receive their visas. You remember we asked by comrades in Cape Town to assist them to make a follow-up. We did, and they said within 30 days. So we hope that from mid June, they will be able to be issuing those applications or the outcomes of the applications that were submitted last year. Comrade Helen Masego, thank you, and the many of you for joining. Comrade Batsirai Maunganize says, Hi, Mr. Mabena. I listened to Minister interviewed by Radio 702 saying he is signing thousands of waivers, but he didn't mention the figures. How many waivers had he signed? I submitted in October. The minister is the one who should be having the answer because he's the one signing. Ourselves, we do not know how many he has signed. We do not even know how many people have applied. But we always say if you applied last year, like in your case in October, it's better to go to VFS in person and make an inquiry so that they assist. Because like I said in the previous video, that we are realizing that they seem to have kind of forgotten about those that applied last year. They seem to be dealing with some waivers for this year, but because we are getting many people who said they applied last year, they are not getting them. But those that applied this year, they say they are getting them. So I'm not sure what is happening. Whether when they submit, they put on a pile, and then the person who signs only picks from the top. We do not know, but it will help if you go and check with the VFS. Comrade Shelter Mkwanan says, Babu Mabena siyabonga umsebenzi omuhle, woza uzohlala eCholoto ngizokunika istand. Ngubaba wabo Bones. No, ngiyabonga Kakisa. Now I understand. I will tell my chief in Mzinyathini ukuthi I've been given a stand in Cholocho. I am humbled, Kakisa. I'm very humbled. Thanks so much. Then there's Comrade Paul Taz says, no, I've spoken about the slots that the slots are not available, but it then adds another question which we have spoken about. It says, plus still the allocations of payments remains an issue. What we have said, which many have done, is that you take your proof of payment to VFS inquiries. We are advised that it takes about 7 days for them to clear you, so that the payment will appear in the system. Then you are able to book your appointment. So please do that, comrade, and submit your proof of payment at VFS. Then there's Comrade Veronica Maralis says, Good morning, Mr. Mabena. Is it possible for me to submit at Rivonia because I was booked at Rustenburg? Thank you. Yes, go and submit in Rivonia. In the earlier video that I did, I spoke about the challenges in Rivonia. I gave 2 examples. My sister went to submit, were challenges. my brother who then challenged the security and was assisted without any hindrance. So please listen to the video that I recorded earlier on. And then Mamsi Zulu writes, hambani bakithi niyezweni lenu sikhathele abantu bokufika nani ninamazwe enu. Zimbabweans, go prepare for your election. Don't be too comfortable in another people's land. You are a burden. We also have our own problems to be solved. Go and solve yours. We actually understand the frustration that you are raising, Mamsi Zulu. But it's important to point out that the challenges that you are having in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in the SADC region, possibly in the entire continent, is not of our own making as the working class. Because as the working class, we are the victims of the capitalist system. And the capitalist system has made it possible for us as the working class to fight against each other. So we're seeing working people fighting against each other in the name of nationality or in the name of migrants or illegal immigrants. This is what is obtaining. But you will not see business people fighting against each other because they join forces in exploiting us. When they exploit us in Zimbabwe, in the few jobs that are available, to an extent that you can't send your kids to school, your salary finishes before it actually reaches you. You then cross the border for greener pastures. You are again exploited because the employer, a capitalist, employs you because you have no documents for the purposes of exploitation. So we are exploited. All of us as the working class were exploited. This is why it's critical that as the working class, we must build this unity so that we dismantle the capitalist system, not only in Zimbabwe, but dismantle the capitalist system also in South Africa, so that we're able to move to the next stage of human development, which is socialism. Comrade Mazikali says, I was taken by my boss because payment never reflected and couldn't get a date. When we got there, he went straight to inquiries and explained everything. They just checked whether I really paid off, which I did. Then they directed me straight to the VIP lodge. Tea, coffee, drinks were served according to your choice. No complications for me. In less than an hour, I was done with that 520 rands and pay 20 rand is for SMS. No, thanks so much. So what Comrades basically says, they applied with the employer, but the payment did not reflect that they paid. They decided with the employer to go straight to VFS, which I guess it should be Rivonia. When they got there, they checked, they complained at the inquiries, they were assisted, they were immediately directed to VIP lodge for the premium lodge, and they paid the 520, which is 20 rands for SMS, and then submitted the same time in Rivonia. They were served with the tea, with all the drinks. That's what she writes here. As I indicated in the first video, that this is what happened to my brother. So thanks so much, Maskali, for this important information. It will help a lot of people. Comrade Patience Spanda writes, good afternoon, Mr. Mabena. On the radio interview, the minister mentioned that they won't progress any visa without a waiver. Sorry, I think you're trying, they will not process. Let me start again. Let's progress with the process. Good afternoon, Mr. Mabena. On the radio interview, the minister mentioned they won't process any visa without a waiver. First, he mentioned even sponsoring visa. Is that true, or he made a mistake? It is the minister and the government that lays the law. So if this is what the minister said, we have no choice but to follow what the minister says. right? So if the minister says if you are applying for a spousal visa, you need first to submit a waiver, you need to do so. So we cannot begin to change what the minister said. Thanks, Comrade Patience Band. I see you had corrected progress with the process. Comrade Samgele Ncube says, good day. Says, good day. May I kindly have the Telegram number? My WhatsApp number is here, Comrade Samgele Ncube, 0833401000. Just drop your WhatsApp. I will send you the link. Only that I can't send the link in now for the Telegram group. But once you WhatsApp me, I will send you the link so that you join the the Telegram group. Then the last question, which I think I've already answered. Comrade Firebrand started with this question, but it says your questioner did not want to take my phone numbers. I said just skip that. It will take you to the next page so that you are able to complete the ZEP survey forms. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mapena. Sengiphiwe umuzi Cholocho sengihamba nsiyakwakha khona eCholocho. Comrade James Dube, you joined late, but will read what you have posted. Says, good afternoon, Bob Mapena. May you advise if it's possible to apply for study permit for children while waiting for waiver outcome? It's going to be difficult, I would imagine, because if they are under you, unless if they had ZEP study, but if they were accompanying you, they will firstly want you to renew your own visa, then you apply for their study permits. Let's just assume the worst happens. You apply for a waiver, you get granted, you apply for your own visa, comrade is it James Dube, they then reject your application and then they want you to go back to Zimbabwe. What happens to the kids who are less than 17 years? But let me also clarify this. But if your child is above 17, is above 18, they apply their own visas. And we have many students from Zimbabwe that are studying in South African universities whose parents are in Zimbabwe. They apply directly in Zimbabwe through VFS for their study permits without them applying under their parents. So if a child say completes A level and they qualify to study at a South African university, the funding and so forth, they apply for a study visa while they're in Zimbabwe, then they come and study in South Africa. Many of them are having study visa. So if your child is above 18, there's no need for you to apply. There's no need for them to apply under you. They just apply on their own. But if they are below age, indeed, you need first to renew your own. Comrade Precious Panda says, thank you, Mr. Mapena. So what happens to those who had already applied and submitted for sponsored visa? Will they have to apply all over again? I am not very sure. I'm not very sure. Maybe to be on the safe side is just to submit the waiver application and indicate that you submitted your spouse visa and you quote the reference number, because I'm sure you have the reference number. So just state in the waiver application to say, on such a day, I submitted a sponsored visa. I wasn't aware that it should be accompanied by a waiver. I'm submitting a late waiver application to be attached to my application, which I did on this day. And the reference number of the application I did is this. I hope they might be able to assist you. Kwazi Nkosi Songo says, asebaqeda imatric befuna ukusebenza ngapha bezofundisa benze njani ngoba imali asinayo. I'm not really understanding your question, but if your child was studying in South Africa, is completed matric, they qualify for the visas that are provided. They have to apply for a work visa, but if they don't apply and they were not on ZEP, it becomes a problem. But if they were on ZEP study, Remember, ZEP was in 3 categories. It was work, business, and study. If they were on study, they have to then change from study to work and they indicate in the waiver application that they are moving from study because they've completed their study, they are now working, and they submit the application for a general work visa. Otherwise, thank you so much. We'll meet once again. Have a great day. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and please tell those that are on TikTok to also come here on YouTube so that they do not miss out on this program. Comrade Samuel Nkanyane says Friday, 30th of June, it's on. Yes, it's on. We are waiting, Comrade Samuel Nkanyane. I don't know what you mean when you say it's on. We would advise. They are going to advise us on what is going to happen. Comrade Victor Kumalo says, hello, Mr. Mapena. Thanks for your updates. My question is, ngizokwenza yini ukuhamba ngiye ekhaya ngiphinde ngibuye njengomuntu one-permit yini noma ngiphiwa amalanga? You are free to travel. Remember that your days should expire on the 30th of June. So if you come beyond 30th of June, they then will give you normal days like they will do to any person who doesn't have a permit, what we call a visitor's visa. I've been trying to say goodbye, but you keep on writing, and it's difficult for me just to switch off and ignore your questions. Thanks, Comrade Patience Banda. Comrade Gwezinkosi says, if engakasebenzi ngoba abaqhashi ngama-permit asezo expire ngisho ingane eqede i-matric. Lami Comrade kwazi inkosi songo, lami ngithi ingane eqede i-matric. Nxa kuyikuthi umntwana wakho oqeda i-matric ubesebenzisa i-ZEP study, usesebenza kumbe usethola umsebenzi, kumele aplayele i-study. But maye ngasebenzi kunzima ukuthi ngitsho ukuthi uzasizakala njani, ngoba ma ufaka isikhalazo sokuthi ufuna incwadi yokuthi ahlale lapha asebenze eSouth Africa, babefuna i-proof yokuthi uyasebenza eSouth Africa. So I'm not sure if they don't have proof of employment, just like any permit holder, ZEP holder. If you lost your job during COVID, you are not working, but you need to submit proof of employment, and you don't have, you are no longer employed. It's difficult for us to assist, and we do not know what Home Affairs will say, because the requirement is that you must provide proof that you are employed. Have a great evening. Goodbye.